Ariel Pestano was born on December 25, 1974, in the city of Matanzas, Cuba, a region rich in baseball tradition. From an early age, Pestano showed a passion for the sport, which would become his life's work. Raised in a family with a deep love for baseball, Pestano was encouraged to pursue the game by his father, who himself had been involved in local sports. Like many Cuban children, Pestano played baseball in the streets, developing his skills with friends before moving on to more structured training. Matanzas, a city known for producing exceptional baseball talent, provided the perfect backdrop for Pestano's development. By the age of 13, he was already participating in local youth baseball leagues, impressing coaches with his keen understanding of the game, his natural athleticism, and his quick reflexes. Pestano's talent did not go unnoticed, and by his teenage years, he was recruited to play for the Matanzas youth team. His coaches quickly recognized his potential behind the plate, and it became clear that his future lay in becoming a catcher, a position that would define his career. Growing up, Pestano idolized Cuban baseball legends and dreamt of one day wearing the Cuban national team jersey. His childhood was spent perfecting his throwing arm, learning to handle pitchers, and working on his batting, all crucial elements for the role of a catcher. His commitment to improving his craft was evident, and by the time he reached his late teens, Pestano was ready to take his place in the professional ranks. Entry into professional baseball. Ariel Pestano's professional career began in 1992 when he debuted in the Cuban National Series, Cuba's premier baseball league. At the time, Pestano was only 18 years old, a young and untested player. But it didn't take long for him to prove that he had the talent and poise to succeed at the highest level of Cuban baseball. Pestano was quickly recognized for his ability behind the plate. His defensive skills as a catcher were remarkable, marked by his ability to block pitches, control the running game, and work with pitchers to call effective games. As a young player, he was already a strong presence behind the plate, with a powerful arm that could throw out runners trying to steal bases. But it wasn't just his defense that set him apart. Pestano was also an effective hitter, capable of producing timely runs for his team. During his early years in the Cuban National Series, Pestano played for the Matanzas Crocodiles, his hometown team. Although his offensive numbers were still developing, his presence behind the plate was undeniable. Pestano's quick reflexes, sharp baseball instincts, and leadership abilities began to shine through, earning him recognition as one of the brightest young catchers in the league. By the time he was in his mid-20s, Pestano was already regarded as one of the best catchers in Cuban baseball. His defensive prowess continued to improve, and he became a key player for the Matanzas Crocodiles. His consistency behind the plate, as well as his ability to call a game, helped his team succeed in the competitive Cuban National Series. Peak of career. Dominating the Cuban National Series. The peak of Ariel Pestano's career came in the late 1990s and early 2000s, when he became one of the most dominant and respected players in the Cuban National Series. During this period, he firmly established himself as one of the best catchers in Cuba's history. His combination of elite defensive skills and improving offensive production made him a complete player and a cornerstone of the Matanzas Crocodiles. Defensively, Pestano's reputation grew to legendary status. His arm was considered one of the strongest in the league, and his ability to control the running game was unmatched. Opposing teams knew that stealing bases against Pestano was a difficult task, and his quick release on throws to second base made him a feared presence behind the plate. But it wasn't just his arm that set him apart. His framing skills, ability to block wild pitches, and leadership in calling pitches made him a standout behind the plate. Offensively, Pestano improved significantly as his career progressed. His batting became more consistent, and he began to develop into a reliable run producer. While he was not known for hitting for power, he had an excellent eye for the strike zone and could drive in runs in key situations. His ability to handle pitchers and work with his team's pitching staff made him even more valuable, as he was the glue that held together both the offense and defense. Pestano's peak years in the Cuban National Series were marked by his leadership and clutch performances. He was the backbone of the Matanzas Crocodiles, helping lead them to multiple playoff appearances and several league championships. His performance in the postseason was particularly impressive, as he always seemed to elevate his game in big moments. His consistency and leadership earned him the nickname "The Wall," as his defense was rock solid and unyielding. In addition to his individual success, Pestano's achievements were reflected in the success of his team. Under his leadership, Matanzas consistently competed at the highest level, and he became a fixture in the Cuban National Series, earning All-Star honors year after year. Pestano was not just a player on the field. He was a team leader, known for his ability to rally his teammates and provide veteran leadership during the most crucial moments of games. Main achievements. Ariel Pestano's career is filled with impressive achievements that highlight his exceptional skill as a catcher. Some of the key accomplishments of his career include multiple Cuban National Series championships. Pestano played a central role in leading the Matanzas Crocodiles to several Cuban National Series titles, becoming one of the cornerstones of the team's success during his prime years. Gold Gloves. Pestano's defensive abilities earned him numerous Gold Glove awards throughout his career. His defensive excellence behind the plate, including his strong arm and ability to manage pitchers, set him apart as one of the best catchers in Cuban baseball history. All-Star appearances. Pestano was selected to numerous Cuban National Series All-Star games, earning recognition for his all-around performance on the field. He was known for his consistency and ability to perform in high-pressure situations. Cuban national team representation. Pestano was a key member of the Cuban national baseball team, representing his country in numerous international competitions. He was part of the team that competed in the Pan American Games, the Baseball World Cup, and the Olympic Games, where he helped lead Cuba to gold medals and other prestigious honors. Clutch playoff performances. Pestano was known for his ability to elevate his game in the postseason. His clutch hitting, ability to handle pitchers under pressure, and leadership in big moments made him one of the most dependable players in Cuban baseball during the playoffs. Last years of career and life after baseball. As the years went on, Pestano's performance on the field began to decline. Injuries, particularly to his knees and back, took their toll on his body, and his ability to keep up with the rigorous demands of professional baseball began to diminish. Despite these physical challenges, Pestano remained a key figure for Matanzas, providing invaluable leadership to younger players and continuing to contribute both offensively and defensively, albeit with a reduced role. In the mid-2010s, Pestano announced that he would retire from professional baseball. His retirement marked the end of an era for the Matanzas Crocodiles, as he had been the heart and soul of the team for nearly 2 decades. While he stepped away from the game professionally, Pestano remained a highly respected figure in Cuban baseball. He continued to serve as a mentor to younger players and worked with various baseball development programs, helping nurture the next generation of talent in Cuba. Even after his retirement, Pestano continued to be involved in the sport. He worked as a coach for the Cuban national team and served as a valuable consultant for the Cuban Baseball Federation, offering his insights into the development of the country's baseball programs. He also remained an ambassador for the game in Cuba, frequently appearing at events and working to promote baseball on the island. Pestano's legacy is one of dedication, leadership, and excellence. He remains one of the most respected and beloved figures in Cuban baseball, a player whose influence on the sport transcended the diamond. His work ethic, passion for the game, and commitment to his team set a standard that future generations of players continue to strive for. Today, Ariel Pestano is remembered not only for his accomplishments on the field, but also for his impact as a mentor and leader. His contributions to Cuban baseball continue to inspire players, coaches, and fans alike, ensuring that his legacy will live on for generations to come.